All right, we're back here in the kitchen with Elizabeth Hall, registered dietitian with Food City. We did the spinach artichoke dip earlier. That looks fantastic.
Yes.
We got some other ones we're going to talk about as well. But right now we're going to do something, that's a little savory.
Yes.
We're going to do something a little sweeter this time.
Yes, and your desserts can be a little bit healthier
Right.
too. I'm all for enjoying the foods you love, so not saying you can't have those sweets, but anytime you can add more nutrients to your food, that's a great thing to do. Plus, if you can't really tell the difference, why not, right? And so our first tip was kind of add more fruits and vegetables. This next one also uses fruits, but we're also going to focus on those lighter options. So just ways you can kind of lighten up your recipes. And this recipe also uses Greek yogurt.
Ah, okay. But before we get started, last Friday when you were here, okay, I told you one of my favorite snacks is just take an apple and slice it and take crunchy peanut butter and put on it. That's one of my go-to snacks.
Yeah.
This is kind of kicking that up a notch.
It is. So it's adding a little bit more protein from the Greek yogurt, but your nut butters also have protein, so you're kind of pairing that carbohydrate with the protein, which is important for stabilizing blood sugars. It's going to keep you fuller longer. So that's a great snack, Chris.
Yeah, and y'all have great apples. I mean, I go to Food City and buy apples. Y'all have so many selections of
Yes,
apples.
they even have the pre-sliced ones, which is nice if you're eating them on the go.
All right, let's check out this recipe.
Yes, so we have our Greek yogurt. That's our first addition here. And I mentioned before, but I like to get the plain Greek yogurt. So for this recipe, since it's sweet, if you really like a lot more sweet, you could go for the vanilla, but that's just going to increase your added sugar a little bit more. So we're trying to keep added sugar less than, 6 to 9 teaspoons a day, which you can get in one soda, or, so it's easy to get that. So maybe, in your yogurt, go for the plain version. We're going to doctor it up and add a little bit of sweetener, so you should be fine with the plain.
So that's just plain Greek yogurt.
Plain Greek yogurt, and then I'm going to add in my peanut butter, and I got the natural peanut butter. So this is important too, because it's not going to have any hydrogenated oils in it. A long word, but basically, this is going to have the healthier fats.
I've had natural, and I've had, other peanut butter. Peanut butter for me, some taste better, some they taste the same basically when you go with the natural or the other.
Some people don't like it when it separates.
You just take a spoon and stir it up a little bit. That's all you got to do.
Totally fine. You can also keep it in the fridge, and that kind of helps a little bit too if you want to do that. A little bit of vanilla.
Okay.
And then I'm using 100% pure maple syrup as my sweetener, but you could also use honey if you like that more. I just like the flavor of the maple syrup
and it'll
in this recipe.
add some more aroma to it as well.
So this is a natural sweetener, but it's still considered added because we're adding it to this recipe. So you want to be sparing with this. So I'm going to add a little bit of that maple syrup. It looks good like that, doesn't it? And then you just mix that up until you get the consistency of the nice finished product that we have up here. And I actually topped it with a little bit
turn that over so the camera can get it there.
You can see that. And I actually topped it with a few dark chocolate chips to add a little bit of a crunch and a little bit of sweetness. You could also use your food processor for this to make the mixing a little bit easier, or even an electronic, hand mixer. That would be great too. So this is just a great recipe to have on hand. So
like if you wanted to sprinkle some more peanuts on top of that.
You could do that too. You could get really fancy with the toppings, I feel like, on that. But overall, we're just focusing on lighter options. So I brought lots of examples of what you could just pick up from Food City really easy. I actually made a lighter version of that buffalo chicken dip. That's one of my favorite dips.
I think that's a lot of folks' favorite.
But the regular...
Now, how did you make that lighter?
Yeah, so the regular version has about a cup of ranch dressing in it, which in and of itself is a lot of calories, a lot of fat. So this recipe doesn't have that in there. I used Greek yogurt. I was just a little bit lighter on the cheese, and then I used the regular hot sauce. I like it very hot.
You like it spicy?
I like it spicy, and then I added a little bit of cheese on top. So I added less cheese within and more cheese on top, so it kind of gives that appearance that you're adding a lot. I also added some green onions for a little bit of color, and this is one of my favorite dips. I honestly prefer the lighter version over the other one. It's really delicious.
But I know a lot of folks are going to have that on the menu for this weekend.
One of my favorites, and then you could use the light cream cheese as well for that recipe.
All right, we're going to come back in a little bit. I'm going to taste this. I'm going to taste the apple especially. I'm looking forward to that.
I think you'll like it.
I love apples. Hey folks, Food City has great produce. They have those shortcuts. They have everything you've seen here today and so much more. Go by foodcity.com and check out everything they've got on there.